Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing another movie review for you all. This movie is an action film from Germany, German language English subs, released in the year 2023, directed by Peter Thorvas, and this film is called Blood and Gold. So Blood and Gold is set during the dying stages of World War II. We have this deserter who has left the Nazi regime because he is very guilty about what he's been doing. He sees that Germany are the bad guys, and so he tries to escape, but he's caught by his battalion and he's going to be executed for his betrayal. So while he's hanging from a tree and left for dead, a woman comes and saves the day, and she tells him that she wants revenge on the people that did her bad. And so in order to get that revenge, she's going to use this soldier that was left for dead, and the soldier has his own sense of vengeance now. He wants to actually get back at this battalion, and so the both of them embark on a very bloody mission of revenge, and whether or not they get it is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Blood and Gold. When it comes to Nazi sort of films and films based on World War II, we get a lot of really serious stuff, such as Schindler's List and all those kinds of films where it depicts such catastrophic events in a way that is very respectful, and it needs to be respectful because it's that depicting, the true horrors of humanity. But then you have exploitation, grindhouse films, and these are films that take very serious subjects and they make it into a very entertaining sort of experience. It's pulling no apologies, and that's everything that the grindhouse movement was about. So when you think of grindhouse, you think of Quentin Tarantino, you think of movies such as Inglourious Basterds, movies that are taking that theme of something very, very catastrophic and serious and making it into a very entertaining experience. And so Blood and Gold is definitely one of those films that does have a very grindhouse feel. It had a very similar feel to a Finnish movie called Sisu that I reviewed not long ago, and that was an entertaining film. And so Blood and Gold has that same sort of vibe to it, where it's not taking itself seriously, it's sticking its finger up at the PC crowd, and it's going to have fun depicting something that was so horrible and such a horrible time of history. And so Blood and Gold is a movie that's not taking itself seriously. So if you go into it expecting something different, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you go in there expecting something like Sisu or something like Inglourious Basterds, then you're going to come away from this movie quite entertained. I thought this was a very, very serviceable movie. It was a very light-hearted film, but at the same time quite a shocking film. There were some scenes that really took me by surprise. And once something hits you with such surprise, then all of a sudden all bets are off. You don't know where this director is going to take you and how far this director is going to go, because other movies are scared to do the things that this movie does. And so when you pull away that barrier and that limit and that boundary, all of a sudden you don't know where you're going to go, who's going to die next and how they're going to die. You're never quite sure. And so I really like that aspect to it. It does create a sense of unpredictability within a predictable sort of grindhouse experience. And so that's something that I thought was the best part of this movie, is that you're never quite sure what you're going to get. So I thought the characters were larger than life. I really like this main character. Yes, he's a Nazi. He was fighting for the Nazis, but he does have a second thoughts about what he's doing. I thought that lady in the film was absolutely fantastic, and there are supporting characters that come into this movie that I thought played really well with each other. You've got the villain. I thought the villain was a very cardboard cutout, very black and white, which is something that you want from this style of film, because it's not a movie taking itself seriously. You don't need serious characters, but I like the fact that it's painted in black and white. The good guys are good and the bad guys are really bad, but even in this case, the good guys have a tinge of badness because they are ultimately the Nazis, but it's a Nazi getting revenge on Nazis, and so it's basically Germans shooting Germans. But I thought the villains played a really good role in that cardboard cutout sort of caricature world that this movie is depicted in. So it is a very violent film. Yeah, some of the violence is shocking. You have some pretty good gore effects, and the choreography and the action set pieces were absolutely fantastic. There were some scenes that made me chuckle in a very dark way. So the movie does have that dark sense of humour, which is definitely the case with Sisu and also Inglourious Basterds. There are moments where you've laughed at things that you're not supposed to laugh at, but it's done in a very light-hearted way. As the caricature cartoonish world that this movie creates, I just thought allows you to bask in all of the insanity, bask in all of the horrible moments that happen in this movie, and you don't feel guilty for it. And so this is everything that grindhouse is. There is that sense of taking place in a different dimension. These characters aren't quite human because they are exaggerated, but it's exploiting that time of history where every other film is taking itself seriously, but this movie is really letting its hair down and having some fun. So it's not a brilliant movie. It's not a movie that's going to win any Academy Awards, but it doesn't strive out to. And so you've got characters that you can really root for against horrible people, and you just marvel at the carnage. And so I just thought as though it's one of the better grindhousey sort of feelings that has come out recently, and I definitely think a lot of people are going to get something out of Blood and Gold. So overall for this film, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Go out there and see it. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.